Hi there, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. I do hope we're all doing well. Part 2 of my latest City Skylines playthrough. This is what we've got done so far. Now, I'm going to tell you right up front. Mistakes have been made, and I'm aware of them. I will be fixing them up, but it's not an issue, but the real thing, borrowing from Coke, sorry, is that I plan on doing a lot of changes as we go along. And the first one is going to be this area. So I did say that I was going to switch up the through highways, get some interchanges going, which obviously you have to do. And that's where one of the biggest problems lies. The interchange that I got from the workshop is fantabulous. I just didn't make it long enough on the exits, so I have to go back and fix that eventually. And I did make this way too long. Way too long. So I gotta bring things back and work my way out. You'll also notice that there's only 2 connections, and I tend to do that. I always neglect the interchanges, the arterial roads. I have way too many collectors and not enough arterials and things like that. So it's going to be a major work in progress where you start a city because you want to start getting the money and the people and get things up and running. And I'm not really thinking the full process through. So I hope that's okay with some people at least. I know some of you are averse to changing anything. Once it's there, it's there. I don't play that way. If I don't like something, or if something isn't working out, I will hit pause and bulldoze to my heart's content, fix it, and then press play again and hope everything works. So yeah, see these 2 interchanges here. There's just not enough room for the cars to come in and out. I gotta fix that. I also have to give them more ways in and out of this expressway. And I think 2 off-ramps, on and off-ramps on either side in the middle would probably work out. Now I'm just showing you all the land that we have available to us, but it's going to be a while before we can get over here. But this is where a majority of our industry, like minerals and oil and farming and forestry, are. And yes, I did hook this up. There was nothing here except that one-way interchange in the middle that lets you go one way and not the other. So I added this. This is a cloverleaf from the workshop, not the game. And then I got rid of that one way and I added a roundabout. And this side of the bridge is going to be our more rural. I want it to be a more rural setting. To be honest with you, I only want like one major city here, and it's going to be in this area at the water. Everything else, I want it to be calm, rural, even suburban. I don't have an issue with that. I lived in the suburbs my whole life. I just, other than it not having fantabulous architecture, just don't have that much of an issue with it. However, when it comes to architecture, I'm a little disappointed. If you don't mind, we can talk about City Skylines 2 for a minute. I'll probably never be able to afford that game, but that's beside the point. I look forward to watching the others play the game. But there are some aspects to that new game that before I do that, I did mention in the last video, probably too briefly, I don't have an issue with nodes as much as I have with trees, and for some reason the tree count is always way too high I start doing my decorating, which I really love in this game. And the game says, sorry, that's your cutoff. So I do have a mod, CSL something. And you just click on it and it shows you your node count and your tree count and all that other stuff. So I basically, well, I hate saying that word, I'm sorry. I generally, in the beginning, I annihilate my trees just to bring that count down. And then as I'm building, I put the trees back, but where I think they should be, and hoping, oh, isn't that gorgeous? So pretty. Yes, I did have to get rid of the clouds, but I'm thinking about bringing it back. Here's the thing. Some of them looked okay, but most of the ones that I clicked on, and then I do that spin around thing and look, how do you say this? There were lines, like the size of the picture was cut off or something, or not sized right, so you can tell where it's spliced. It was horrible. So I undid it, but I'm thinking about bringing it back at some point, maybe using specific clouds that actually work. So these are our stats at the moment. I know we haven't done too much, but I figure you might be interested. We always do well at the beginning, don't we? And then things just take a turn for the worse. So yeah, my tree count, it has me on edge from the very start. And I do use the, what is it called? Forest brush revisited or something? Tree brush revisit, whatever. I do use that, and I looked, watching other people's videos when they use that, I try really hard to see where their settings are. My settings are much lower than theirs. And I seem to be the only one having tree count problems. I don't know why. But I do love doing this, and I'm going to refresh your memory here. When it comes to cinematics, I am the worst. Apologies. I just can't. It's too fast, it's too spinny, and it's too choppy, and even in cinematic mode, I can't get it to. So I have the game set on really slow speed when I'm recording those cinematics. Obviously, I'm not doing it here. But it's still, the corners are way too wide, and so I stink at it. Just letting you know. I'm trying to show you. I created a huge park. This is one thing I want to try desperately to keep in mind, because I'm always forgetting about this as well when I'm building cities. I want a lot more greenery and a lot less concrete buildings and concrete and buildings. Am I saying no, cement. Concrete makes cement. Cement and buildings. I want more green space. So that's the other reason why I'm worried about my tree count. So that's why it looks very, very barren at the moment. Don't worry about that. We will fill it in as we go. And I do have to fix this. Yeah, it was a long shot, and I figured I would come up toward the river here so that the guys work in industry don't have too far to go between the two. I found my rail. It's not connected, but it's there. And eventually we'll get that hooked up as well. And this general vicinity here, where the train tracks are, see, they're all cut up and broken, but there are, I believe, 2 or 3, just like the expressway. Well, no, there's 2 train entrances and exits. That third one is the one we saw in yesterday's video, where you saw the green arrow and nothing connected to it. That is a train connection. I'm going to attempt it, but that doesn't mean it's gonna work, and I hope I don't break everything by trying it. I might not even need it, so we'll see. But yeah, it does go out that way, and then it goes out over those mountains. So nothing comes. I can add one to our industry area at the moment, but my thinking is that industry area is not going to be there for very long. I'd like to get everything over here with rural communities, maybe dotted on the edge of the mountain or on the bottom of that river where they gave you the starting square. I could put my little village there and then move out toward the mountains as the demand, even across that river. A lot of flat land there. North of our expressway and original city. But I think there's plenty in this area to build on, just not massive tens of thousands of people city. This is all going to be rural and suburban, if I can manage it. And then on the left of our river is where the big city will be. I hope that's okay with everybody. I still think that, this area here, it's so intriguing, and this is near Oracle Lake. I'm thinking maybe we could flatten out just a little bit of the land near the mountain edges and get something going up in that way. This spot here, I really don't want to touch. I like it, I think. You know what? Maybe we could put a nature reserve in there. And then on the other side, we could have our zoo. We'll see. That's so far down the line. But those are just ideas that I'm having at the moment for this particular build. It doesn't mean that they're going to work out. Most of my plans rarely work out, but I do attempt them. And when things go south, I say, okay, I tried, forget it. So north of this expressway here where my mouse is swinging around, I don't think I'm going to build that all up. What I'd like to do is maybe add a little bit more mountain if I can. And then this area as well, a little bit more mountain. Maybe I could get an inland lake going from the ocean area. So I don't want to use all the land for building is all I'm telling you. I want to try it, see if I can do it. Not promising anything. So this is way too long. I need to get more intersections in here. Maybe even take this circle and bring it over to the other side of the expressway and have it be a great big Pokeball or something on both sides. I don't know. Those are just thoughts. But I have a feeling within a couple more episodes, this is going to have to go. It was just a starting square to get things going. Oh, look at the lovely sunset. But I do thank you very much for sticking with me to the end of this video and for your support of my channel. I really appreciate that. Liking, commenting, and subscribing helps with the algorithm, so if you could do that, that'd be great. I'm welcome to your suggestions, believe me. I could use all the help I can get. Like the video if you did, subscribe if you're interested. Take very good care of yourselves. Have a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.